What was your first reaction when you saw that the deal had happened, and then when you saw the money that this man got paid?
My first reaction was relief that we don't have to talk about this anymore, right? Like, we've been talking about this for so long. My second thought was, what are these numbers? Because I've been hearing Dan talk about money and numbers and what Dak shouldn't be paid, what teams should do. I was thinking about Mina Kimes and the salary cap, and I'm thinking to myself, I done told both of them, don't nobody give a damn about what the money should be or the salary cap. Dallas just showed you. So I'm just elated at the fact that this got done. Listen, y'all, all of this conversation we've had about Dak Prescott, can you think of anybody else more deserving? Like, let's be real. A dude that put in the work, we saw him suffer the catastrophic injury, we saw him go through negotiations, and for everything to finally come to a close with this contract situation, the way it played out, it's just magnificent to see. And y'all know it. I mean, we on this show, everybody on this show, we root for players. We know how difficult their jobs are. So I was relieved, also elated, and then just thought about, all of the things we talked about. Like, man, good for Dak, man. Good for Dak. Good for Dak.
All right. Now we're going to get into it a little bit. I'm not going to let you just sit there and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle my name like they did to the royal family with throwing it out there, because I remember that you said don't pay Dak $40+ million, and they did. So I need to know, like, what's your feelings on that, and like, where are you with the expectations with his performance level?
Oh yeah. So on that note, when we were talking, are you referring to last year about the 40? Yeah.
No, I was for a couple weeks ago. I thought you said that.
No, we had the conversation. You and I had the conversation about you're worth whatever a team is going to pay you. Like, that's what I've been trying to tell you on television and in text messages and all of that. We had texts about the market and all of that. I told you, I said, all it takes is for somebody to value Dak Prescott at 40 a year. It didn't matter what you or I thought he was worth. If we looking at football, right, Patrick Mahomes is 45 a year annually. We know that Dak hasn't played on that level, but I've always kept the caveat in my back pocket. If a team comes and says, we'll give you 40, that's how much you worth. And the Dallas Cowboys figured that out the hard way. They did this the hard way, but they figured it out.
That's fair.
And that's the point, Dio. The point was, all it takes is one.
Yeah. And he doesn't make much more money than Patrick Mahomes because Dallas believes, or anyone believes, he's better than Patrick Mahomes. He makes more money because time has elapsed. And the next quarterback's going to make more money. And the next quarterback's going to make more money. That's just how it works. At the end of the day, if Dak Prescott had gotten paid $36 million a year, and people would say, great, that's under $40 million. We're talking about $4 million. That's like a backup offensive lineman. Like, we quibble so much about the difference in these minor dollar figures when what really matters is Dallas has a top 10 quarterback. If they did not sign this deal, I don't know what their path to getting a top 10 quarterback would be, either this year or next year. When he walked, the team put themselves in that position. We were talking about quarterback value and what you're worth to what team. It reflects supply, and supply is low of top 10 quarterbacks. Dak Prescott did that. He bet on himself, and he won.
Yeah, there's just not these guys growing on trees everywhere. And you see it even when we're talking about this upcoming draft, how people are clamoring for these quarterbacks that are unproven at this level. All right, Marcus, let's talk the NFC East for a moment. I realize it is the NFC East, but the Cowboys have got to be your favorite now that you know Dak is coming back. What do you think about where they slot in this NFC East now that they've paid this money? They got to win, right?
Absolutely. Listen, they are number one in the NFC East, but I'm going to hold this thought. I got to wait to see what the Washington football team is going to get at their quarterback spot, because that could be the team that emerges. And we've all had this conversation throughout the majority of the year. You talk about a young nucleus, and I threw the idea out there that they should go hard in the paint for Deshaun Watson. But right now, it's Dak Prescott. They got the best quarterback in the division. and they will play better defense. The defense is Dallas's issue, y'all. Like, I know the turnovers and Zeke fumbles and Dak had some interceptions early. We all agreed that this offense was high-powered and they could score with anybody in this league. Defensively is where Dallas is going to have to get right. And I believe that the system and the scheme that Quinn is bringing over is more suited to those guys from an X's and O's standpoint. So, yeah, the Cowboys #1 in the division, and I'm getting calls, you know? I'm getting calls, you know what I'm saying?
Is that money? Is that a wad of cash?
Wait,
Today is
what
Band
kind of
Day.
bills are
It's
those? Hold it up to the
bands.
camera. Wait,
bands.
wait. Are those ones? Are
It's
those
about
20s?
bands
Marcus,
today.
You gotta,
I think I see 100.
That's that new SPN money.
20.
That's that new
Woo!
SPN money.
20s.
He's got some
20s.
cash.
It's Band Day today.
Go ahead,
Band
Mina.
Day. I'm going to celebrate with Dak.
It's Dan Day. I'm so excited to talk about the Cowboys defense instead of these hypothetical Dak deals because Marcus Spears is 100% right. That's where they've got to improve, and we can start talking about the draft. Are they going to spend that number 10 pick on a corner like a Patrick Surtain? That's what I'm excited about. Like looking at this team and saying, how can they contend? Because I do think they can.
Dan.
Y'all are going to miss me with this division title talk, okay? I'm not going to let you guys skate off that way. Dude, they just paid Dak Prescott $160. The floor is division titles. The floor is division titles. Marcus, we can't caveat it with like who Washington gets at quarterback outside of Mahomes or Deshaun. Like if Ryan Fitzpatrick goes there, are you taking Dallas or are you taking Washington?
Dallas. I'll take Dallas. Book it.
Dallas.
Book it right now.
I'm not.
March 2021.
They gotta go. They gotta be championship contending football team over the next 4 years.
Dan,
we
how
can't say on one hand he saved them cap space and then not expect a title.
Well, then, Dan, how would you rank the NFC East right now?
I'm gonna put Dallas at 1, the New York Giants at 2, the Washington football team at 3, and the Philadelphia Eagles at 4.
Okay.
But it's close, 1 and 2. It's close.